Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Wealth Defense Radio, the podcast. I am your host, Josh Nahosa, and I'm an independent advisor representative for Swan DFW, which is the company that puts on this podcast, and that stands for Sleep Well at Night, Dallas-Fort Worth. And I am here with the man, an experienced mountain climber. Just got back from climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and has a hat to prove it.
Howdy. That's what we say up on the mountain, you know.
Yeah, write that down. Hector, that is Hector.
Yeah. Good morning.
He is a certified financial planner, which is the top mark in our industry, and he loves fidgeting with hats directly into the microphone.
That's right.
So, today we are talking about how retirement planning is like climbing a mountain.
Yeah. And as you're climbing a mountain, you know, like us experienced mountain climbers will do, we contemplate a lot of things. The first thing I contemplated is, why am I climbing this mountain? But more on that later. But it is how what we do is a lot like mountain climbing, and we thought that might be a little fun and bring a little different perspective to what it is we do and how we help people reach that ultimate goal.
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of parallels that Hector has 100% for sure thought of all by himself.
All by myself.
No outside help was
Absolutely
needed.
Not.
And the first one is clear goal setting.
Yeah, when you're climbing a mountain, that's easy because it's there and you're here and you're going to go from here to there. With retirement planning, it's a little bit trickier because you're starting at some place and you want to know or you want to get to a place where, in a perfect world, you don't have to go to work anymore, but your income is still such where you can maintain your standard of living. And if things go right, you're able to leave a legacy or an inheritance for your kids and your grandkids. It's a little fuzzier goal, and it changes for people because some people want to retire at 60, some at 65, some at 70. But it's important for you to have a clear goal of what it is you want to do and when it is you want to have happen. Doesn't mean that we can't change it, but you need to have clarity on what it is you want to accomplish.
Yeah. Our next one is detailed preparation. Now, don't let Hector lie to you, because he did not do a great job preparing, some would say.
Some would say.
And some would even go as far to say he did a bad job preparing for his mountain climbing trip.
The book will talk about all of it. You know, Never Climb a Mountain with the words "kill man" in it is the name of the book. But yes, we didn't do a very good job of preparing, but you should. And that means getting the right clothes and getting the right shoes and getting all the equipment that you'll need to make the climb successful. Very similar to some of the tools we will need to help people achieve their goals. We're going to need a series of maybe a savings account, a checking account, an investment account, an IRA, a Roth. And we need all of these tools and all of these different accounts to come together so we can get to the ultimate goal that was set forth in step one.
There you go.
Set forth, another big word we use mountain climbing, you know.
Yes. Just really expanding the vocabulary here for the listeners.
That's right.
The third one here is going to be adapting to the unknown, because not everything goes to plan 100% of the time, so you have to adapt to that.
That's right. Now, we were lucky we didn't have bad weather, but we did have hard winds, but you always have them up in the mountain. But yeah, I mean, you can have snow and rain, which makes it miserable, one, to get up there, and then makes the footing a little harder. And so you have to be ready to adapt. And so those kind of unpredictable things also happen in long-term financial planning or retirement planning. You may have a loss of a job, or you may have some kind of accident that may prevent you from working for a little while. Children and health and all kinds of things that may force you to reroute. You know, if you use a GPS in your car and you miss a turn, it immediately starts to reroute you. So when we get one of these unexpected kind of things that life throws at us, we need to be able to reroute and reestablish what the goal is and get us back on track, taking into account whatever it is just happened. So that's really important.
Yeah, and then along with that, you want to You want to have a good gauge of your step-by-step progress.
Yeah, I think this is when I started talking about it, is our guide said, watch my feet, because the ground is very uneven and there's a lot of rocks and stuff like that. I'm hoping that my letter writing campaign of getting an escalator there to make it a little easier is something that they will adapt. But, people in Tanzania are just a click or two behind where America is. But he said, watch where I step, and then you step where I step. And that's one of the things that we've been preaching for a long time. If this is your first time at retirement, and for most of us, we only get one time, when you finish, you will have learned a lot of things. We have retired a lot of people as a firm, as Swan DFW, and I personally as a CFP for a lot of years. And so it's easy for me to know where it is you need to step and where it is you don't need to step. So following what we've already found to be true and found to be easy is much easier than trying to forge your own path, maybe stepping on things or taking a path that you don't need to be taking. So we've had other people kind of blaze the trail for you, and all you got to do is follow the steps we laid out for you, and we'll get you to your goal. Exactly what my guide said, and he was almost very successful. We'll talk about almost later.
Why don't you talk about resilience and teamwork?
Well, and that's and that's one of the things is we're going to get things that happen that are hard and that we have to work around. And so for me, it was leaning on a guide and asking him questions and trying to figure out how we're going to do things. Our clients have a third party that has their best interest in mind. The CFP mark that I have forces me to be a fiduciary. It doesn't force me, but makes me a fiduciary means I've got to make the best decisions for the client, regardless of what it does for the firm or for myself personally. So, and you want to work with a fiduciary. So yeah, having a team that's helping you get there and helping you overcome some of the challenges is something that mountain climbing, you want a team that'll do that, that's been there before, that can tell you what to expect, and that's what we do and provide for our clients.
Yeah. I think one of the things we wanted to talk about was a lot of work goes into getting to the top of the mountain or to retirement, and not a lot normally. You don't often think about getting down from the top of the mountain.
That's right. So you get to the peak and you think, okay, now it's done. Now a car will come and get me and I can just drive down the mountain. It doesn't happen that way. You spend all this time and energy to get to the top. And now you got to turn around and climb down the mountain. And for a long time, I've been saying something like 2/3 of the people that die climbing Mount Everest, not Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in the world, die on the way down, because all the planning and the preparation and everything was designed to get you to the top. But the most important part is you want to get back home safely. And so as we start coming down the mountain, as we start stepping into retirement, as we stop putting money into our IRAs and our Roth IRAs, we're going to start taking money out, and we need to be just as careful or more coming down the mountain, because making a misstep coming down could negate years of planning and strategizing and doing to get to this big amount of money that we have now at retirement. So yeah, we just need to be super careful about coming down. And then there are some things that we know that if we're not, we need to take into account. Over the last few nights, we've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people about required minimum distributions and what they do to an income that increases things that most people haven't heard, like IRMA. That's a Medicare surcharge when you get over a certain amount of dollars, and the higher amount of taxes that you'll pay on your adjusted gross income when you're taking these RMDs. And so preparing to and figuring out how to get your traditional IRA into a Roth IRA where you take the taxes and the RMD out might be really, really important, and something that most people don't think about. And that's kind of one of the things that we're focusing on with people that are retired.
Yeah, so that would be one of the reasons to call us.
Yeah.
If you
get a team
so inclined, is we've done it before and we've gotten a lot of people down the mountain of retirement.
That's exactly right.
So the last one here is reflection and transformation.
Yeah, there's for us, your younger brother, my youngest son, was able to make the summit. I got about 90% of the way there, and one of our fellow folks couldn't go because of low oxygen level, and I was pretty much exhausted, so I decided to come down the mountain with him, not having reached the summit. But as we reflect back, we started thinking about some of the things we should have done and could have done and wish we would have done. And you never get that with retirement planning. Once you've done it, you'll never get a second chance. We would hope that when you're finished and retired and things are going good, you'll do a couple of things. One, you'll talk to some of the people that you work with, and start talking to your children and grandchildren about how important it is to start thinking about, even though they're a long way away, from the day when they don't want to go to work anymore or they can't go to work, and that there's enough money there to let them do what it is they want to do.
So, if you have any questions about
mountain climbing or
retirement, the retirement mountain, specifically getting down the retirement mountain, or up the retirement,
or up them,
really both. We have a couple different ways that you can contact us. The first way is via phone number, and that is 888-792-6339 or 888-SWAN-DFW. And we have an email address, and that is info@swandfw.net. Both of those will be in the description wherever it is you are watching or listening.
Yeah, and we hope you're watching because we'll have some of the pictures of our climb on tap for you to be able to see the excitement of almost reaching the peak of one of the highest mountains in the world.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a great thing to say in the intro, but hopefully you watched. Maybe if you listened to it audio only, this would be a great YouTube episode to go back and find. But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, and next week we're going to talk about how to convert some of that IRA money into Roths. So stay tuned for next week. Not much about mountain climbing next time, but some helpful information.
Maybe a little, maybe a sprinkle.
Yeah.
A little dab of mountain climbing, like a skosh.
That's right. Not a term we use in mountain climbing.
You don't use skosh.
Not a big word. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
So sad.
It is sad. Anyway, this thing's unraveling quick. Thank you for tuning in, and like us, share us,
subscribe, comment, email us.
Yeah, let's get more people watching this thing. Yeah, and we can get people either retired or to a top of a mountain, just depending on what they need. We're a multifaceted financial and mountain climbing firm
now.
Yeah. Thank you.
The preceding content is informational only and based on information available when created. It is not an offer or solicitation, nor is it tax or legal advice. It does not consider your financial circumstances and objectives and may not be suitable for you.